Good afternoon. Welcome to the September 16th meeting of the Milledgeville Rotary Club. Please silence your phones as Joe Peters comes up and leads us in the prayer, pledge, and four-way test.
Thank you, Tom. As you know, this is a celebration of Peace Day today. So gracious God, let us live in peace. Let children live in peace and homes free from brutality and abuse. Let children go to school in peace, free from violence and fear. Let children play in peace in safe parks and in safe neighborhoods. Let husbands and wives love in peace in marriages free from cruelty. Let all men and women go to work in peace with no fears of terror or bloodshed. Let us travel in peace. Protect us in the air, on the seas, and on the roads we take. Let nations dwell together in peace without threat of war hovering over them. Help us, God, teach all people of all races and all faiths in all communities all over the world that the peace that seems so far off is in fact within our reach. Let us all live in peace. Amen. Amen. Join me in the pledge. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the four-way test of things we think, do, and say. First,
is it true?
Second,
is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Fourth,
will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And fifth,
is it kind? All right. Thank you, Joe. And as you sit down, please remember our cart fund bucket there. Drop your spare change in. Last week we had $21 in our cart fund. Can I get two people to do a $10 match? All right. Greg, if you got, and Lacey. William will do it too. All right. Thank you, guys. William's not here today. Do we have any prayer requests? Everybody definitely continue to pray for Jennifer. She's back home. I think she's doing much better, but still like to keep her in her prayers.
Yeah, Jennifer definitely. And then I also heard from Melvin Usry, and he said that his wife Lisa was doing much better, but they now determined that she has kidney stones. So she'll have to have those blasted hopefully in the next week or two. So.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? For announcements, so Halsey mentioned that we've got the briefcase back in the back with the old badges there. If you want your old badge, you have this week and next week to pick it up. After next week, you'll have to go to the dumpster to get it. So it'll be gone. We just don't have enough room back there in our file for those. Anyone else have any other announcements? Okay.
I do.
Yes, Dr. Price.
All the tables, but I'm going to keep bugging people every week for the next 2 weeks. Thanksgiving basket also to those people that are online. We are trying to at least provide Thanksgiving meals to 50 families. We're getting close. So please, if you haven't signed up, it's $75. Those of you that are online, just reach out to me and I'll just write your name and then we will bill you for that. But this is a great way for us to get back to our community.
Indeed. So yeah, everybody please sign up. We want to be able to help as many families this year as we can. All right, if no others, Greg, you want to come forward and let's do our 50-50 raffle and tell us about our guests that we've got.
All right, we have a lot of tickets here, so good for us. I'd like to recognize two people visiting a Rotarian from Oro Valley, Arizona, is Bart Christian. Bart, back there, thank you for visiting us. And, either new member or new proposed member, I'm not sure, Billy Breeden. There we go. We'll let our visiting Rotarian pick the winning ticket here. Go ahead, do it again. Somebody almost. Well, you got to say. Okay, number rating is 132. 132.
All right, Susan.
All right, you won. Okay, pick a card. Two of spades.
Wow.
$10. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Greg. So if there are no other announcements, we'll go ahead and move forward with our program today. As you know, today we're celebrating International Day of Peace. This year that falls on Tuesday, the 21st. And we've invited Mayor Copeland to come and share her thoughts with us on peace. So Mayor Copeland.
Good afternoon, all. Okay, are we too full? Let me try that again. Good afternoon, all. Oh, that's much better. Well, first of all, let me say thank you for having me as your keynote speaker today. Thanks to Miss Erin Andrews. I know she's not with us this afternoon, but I spoke with her and I'm looking forward to meeting her really soon. Also, special thanks just to the board and to all of you all for allowing me to be here to speak on the topic of peace. I want to thank Mr. Griffin, who is my office husband. We have an in-between joke, and so we share it with both our spouses that if my husband called from the office, it's just my husband from the office, okay? But nevertheless, thank you, Mr. Griffin, who never thinks it robbery to go out with me wherever I go, and I'm so appreciative of that. So today, as we talk about peace, and what do you think peace is? Peace means a lot of things for a lot of people. As you notice, I've cut my hair down real short. I don't know if I lost my peace in the last 4 years or what happened, but I cut it all the way off to get some more knowledge back up here in my head. But I have a question for you today. Are you the elephant in the room? And when I say elephant in the room, I mean in a positive way. I'm sure all of us view the elephant as a strong animal. That is, its presence alone would bring quietness to a storm. Having peace means that tranquility overpowers turmoil. However, all we see is turmoil all around us today. D.L. Moody said it this way: if well water runs downhill, and the highest are the great cities, if we can stir them, we can stir the whole country. Layman Abbott said, "What shall we do with our great cities? What will our great cities do with us?" Oftentimes, we always look for someone to do something for us, but what are we doing for others? We're living in a time where it's gun violence, gang violence, robberies, child molestation, domestic violence, depression, and suicide is at an all-time high. But what are we doing to ensure that we are helping to bring peace in the midst of these storms? These are storms in our neighborhoods that affect our children, our family, our neighbors, and our community. This keeps peace from abiding in all of our neighborhoods, in all of our communities. It keeps us all in an uproar because we're at an all-time high with hatred, with racism, with people not being able to show one another love. We have a saying that I love and I quote so often, is that we must learn to start communicating, collaborating, and caring. If we don't care for one another in our communities, how shall we bring peace? And how shall the peace abide within our communities? First and foremost, scripturally, it says, take care of the household of faith first, meaning take care of your own area, take care of your own place of residence. When I asked you all what it means to you to have peace, or are you the elephant in the room, in a positive way, what are you doing to stir up your community? What are you doing to make sure that your positive force, your influences, your needs to be able to help others meet their needs? What are you doing? Are you able to help the police department when they need the help? Are you able to help the fire department when they need help? Are you able to help our first responders when they need help? They play a very important role in our community. They share in things with us that you would never know. We see things just through reports, Mr. Griffin and I, that we wonder every day, when will we get the peace that we need to make our communities better? Peace to me means that we still have a standstill within ourselves because we've done the right thing. Oftentimes we go to bed at night, and most of you, if I ask the question, how many of you go to bed in peace? 9 times out of 10, we're on Zoom. We're in so many different meetings that even when we lay down at night, we don't have the peace that we need to have. Our minds are continuously flowing. We're continuously thinking about the day before or what we're going to do the next day. So in order to have peace, we got to come together as a community. We need to make sure that we're taking care of our children. I heard Dr. Price just a few minutes ago state that she was taking up money to make sure that she can serve 50 families for Thanksgiving. But think about this. What if we could serve more than 50 families? What if we could give back to more than just a family in need because it's just the right thing to do, but you're doing it out of true love and true compassion? Oftentimes, we don't have the compassion that we need for our brother and our sisters. One thing I love to say to people is I am my brothers and my sisters' keeper. I am the watch woman, not the watchman, but the watch woman on the wall of the city of Milledgeville. And so when I go to bed at night, I want to have peace knowing that each and every one of you are taken care of. I want to know that each and every one of you are safe. I want to know that your children are safe when they go to school. That's why I still drive that school bus. As I shared with Mr. Griffin, Dr. Price, you didn't hear this morning, I'm a little tired. But still, it gives me joy and it gives me peace to make sure that each and every child I can get to school to get an education. And mind you, I travel every Wednesday to Atlanta to sit down in a classroom so I can finish up my degree as well. Peace to me is seeing my kids happy. Peace to me is seeing my family happy. That we see each other through all tragedies, we see each other through the joys, we see each other through hardship. That's peace to me. What does peace look like to you? Peace can be a plethora of things for many different people. I want to know what your peace stands for today. You don't have to raise your hand, you don't have to answer that question. But I just want to know, how do you see peace? How do you view it in our communities? Does it mean that you go out and you help Miss, I want to call her Amanda, but her name is not Amanda, Rebecca, and make sure that Rebecca bring in people into our communities to be able to say, this community here in the city of Milledgeville and Baldwin County shows so much love, shows so much peace when I come through their town. Or maybe you get with Miss Angie Martin at the chambers over there and try to make sure that we bring other people into our community. I don't know what peace stands for you, but I can tell you what it stands for me. Peace means this. P is for making sure that everybody participate in getting together and helping one another. E is the excellence that we do to show every day that we are striving to be better human beings. A, are you going to be alert? Are you going to be assertive to make sure that you get the job done? C, do you have the caringness that you need to have for each and every person, regardless of color, ethnicity? And then E again means excellence in everything that we do. That's peace to me. That when I can see that I'm making the alphabets and making the effort to do all of those things, then I feel like I've had peace within my soul. I feel like if I share in with every human being, when I became the mayor, I said one thing, I'm the mayor of everybody. I see no color. I see male, I see female, I see human beings. And that's what peace is to me. So when Miss Erin asked me to share, she said, just speak from your heart. And so what I'm doing today is speaking from my heart. I want everybody to know that there is a calmness in the storm. But if we don't reach out to help one another, if we don't reach out to be our brothers and our sisters keepers, we can't find that peace because we don't sleep at night. We're too worried about whether or not somebody's going to break in our homes. Our children can't get the education safely because we're oftentimes, as we just went over 9/11, worry about whether or not we're gonna have terrorists to attack our cities. We're too busy going about each and every day trying to realize or not realize it's not in the money that you have. It's not in the fancy house that you have. It's not even in the beautiful cars that you drive. But the peace is in what you can do to make your community, to make someone else's life better. So as I sit down today, I think I'm very brief. I try to be brief and make sure I do this in a few minutes. I want to ask you all, please don't forget to make sure you check on your neighbor. Please don't forget a child, as Dr. Price said, that family might not have the food to eat for Thanksgiving. It's coming up upon the Christmas holidays. Can you all believe it? That we're already through this year. We've already almost about to make a whole year through a pandemic, and yet we're still living through it. That's what happens when we pull together. I saw this community pull together like no other when we had this pandemic to come through the city of Milledgeville. As the mayor of the city, my prayer is that we continue to pull together, that we continue to care, and we continue to love, and we continue to spread that love and joy to everyone we meet. So as I meet you and greet you on the streets, I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna hug you, and I'm gonna say one of the best things one of our past GMA president would say, is I love you and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mayor Copeland, for those inspiring words. As a speaker's gift, we pick a pen, and our very own Greg Blakely back there made these, and he can, after the meeting, he can tell you what kind of wood that's made. So,
Does anyone have any questions for Mayor Copeland or Hank while we have him here?
Not about money.
Not about money. Amen. All right. Well, again, thank you so much, Mayor Copeland. Bart and Billy, welcome. Hope you guys come back. And Billy, hope we get you inducted here really soon. If there are no other announcements, then we'll go ahead and adjourn. Have a great day, everyone.